Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm just about to start my first day in an administration position at the hospital. I'm so keen to get started. Working in this role has been a goal of mine for a long time.
And I'm Samira. I've been working here in the hospital as a dietitian for about 23 years now.
Hi, I'm Zara, and I work with David as a registered nurse. I've not long graduated from uni and learning so much every day.
And I'm David, and as you can probably guess, I work with Zara as a registered nurse as well. I love working with new grad nurses though, and helping them learn and achieve their professional goals.
We all also happen to live with disability. We're here to show you how important disability inclusion in the workplace is, not just for us, but for everyone.
Disability doesn't look the same for everyone, but it's important that we all have the support we need to thrive in the workplace.
This film will give you a look into how understanding, flexibility, and the right adjustments can make a huge difference in creating a positive and inclusive work environment.
And we'll be sharing our lived experiences in the hopes that it helps you understand disability inclusion in the workplace that little bit better and use what you learn to help create workplaces where everyone can feel supported and succeed to the best of their ability. Let's go.
Wow, this is incredible.
Hey Ryan, how's everything going?
Hi Robin, it's going great actually. I'm really relieved everything's already set up. The tools, the adjustments, everything's ready for me. It's a good feeling.
I'm so glad to hear that. We wanted to make sure you had everything in place to start your job comfortably.
Thank you, it's been so smooth so far. I've tested the software and magnifier we spoke about, and it's all working brilliantly from what I can see. I couldn't have asked for a better start.
Hi Ryan, it's Robin from the hospital. I just wanted to touch base before your first day to make sure we've got everything set up for you. I'd love to know if there are any specific adjustments or supports you'll need to help you succeed in the role.
Thanks, Robin. That's really thoughtful. As I mentioned during my interview, I have a genetic condition called Stargardt disease, which affects the central vision in both eyes. Due to this, I need to use magnifying software. This would need to be set up by your IT department, I would imagine. I also use a desktop magnifier, which I already have, as it was funded through Job Access in a previous role. I can send you an email with all the details of both, if that would help, so your IT department knows exactly what I need. Anything else we could chat about once I'm in the role, though?
Great. Thanks for sharing that with me, Ryan. Send me the details and I'll make sure everything's organised for your first day so you can hit the ground running. Ryan, if you need anything else today or in the future, please don't hesitate to let me know.
I really appreciate that. It feels good knowing I can speak up about what I need. If I think of anything, I'll definitely let you know.
We want you to feel confident and supported, and that includes having the right tools and adjustments available. If something isn't quite working, we can always reassess and make changes.
Thanks. It's so reassuring to know I'm in a place where adjustments are just part of the process and not something I have to fight for. I think I have everything I need now, so can't wait to get started.
At every step of the recruitment and onboarding process, inclusion and communication are key. Ensuring that staff have the tools and support they need makes all the difference. It's about setting everyone up for success from day one.
Hi Lisa, just wondering if you were available for a quick chat.
Of course, Samira. The door is closed, so it's nice and private. What's on your mind?
I've recently been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. It's in the early stages, and while it's manageable now, I know that I might need to make some adjustments to how I work, especially in the future.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Samira. I can only imagine how tough that must be to process. I'm glad you felt comfortable coming to me, though. You've already taken an important step by starting this conversation. Would you like to talk through what might help?
That would be great, thank you. I have to meet with a patient in 20 minutes, so don't have availability right now, but I was hoping we could schedule in time for us to chat about this later in the week.
Absolutely. Let's lock in a time to chat further. Before we do that, though, I want you to know that these conversations will be completely confidential, and the details of what we discuss will only be shared with others if absolutely needed to support you, and always with your consent.
Thank you. That's incredibly reassuring.
Great. So, Would this Thursday be okay to discuss workplace adjustments and further support?
That's fine, let's lock it in.
Great, I'll send you an invite. I want you to know, Samira, that you are an important part of this team, and we're here to support you. Our priority now is to make sure you feel supported and feel comfortable talking about what you need, whether that's now or as things progress. We'll adjust as needed, and together we'll make sure you have everything you need to succeed.
Thank you, I really appreciate that. I wasn't sure how this would go, but I feel so much better about everything already. Is there anything I should prepare before we meet?
Well, you definitely don't need to identify every little adjustment or support you'll need before we chat on Thursday. This chat will just be about exploring options and identifying some changes you might benefit from at the moment, but our plan can and will be reviewed as needed and as your circumstances change. But it's probably helpful to spend some time beforehand and start thinking about the main barriers you have been experiencing at work lately and what support, adjustments, or equipment would be helpful to overcome those barriers. Also consider what aspects of your diagnosis you'd like me to know about and how much or how little you feel we need to share with others in the organization to provide you with the right support.
I'll make a list of things I can think of before we meet, and then we can go from there.
Great idea. If there's anything else on your mind, anytime, just let me know. We're in this together.
Creating an inclusive and supportive work environment begins with open and respectful communication. By fostering a culture of trust where open dialogue is encouraged and supported, we enable employees to thrive while respecting their unique needs. When leaders respect employees' rights to choice and privacy, and lead with openness and genuine interest in employees' individual strengths, needs, and experiences, they are more likely to seek the support they need to thrive in their roles.
Hi, Samira. I really appreciate you coming to me earlier this week. I know this is a lot to adjust to, but I want you to know we're here to support you as best we can.
Thanks, Lisa. It's been a bit overwhelming, honestly. The diagnosis is still sinking in. I've spent some time thinking about what you suggested, though. Right now, I've noticed some fatigue and muscle weakness in the afternoons, which makes it harder for me to focus. I also find that I'm in need of more frequent breaks. If I can step away for a few minutes every couple of hours, it would help me manage the fatigue.
That makes a lot of sense. I am more than happy to support you in altering your break schedule to better suit your needs.
In every workplace, employees bring their own unique strengths, challenges, and needs. Some may require adjustments, different work equipment, flexible schedules, or differently timed breaks to perform at their best. But often, colleagues may not see or understand why these adjustments are necessary. True workplace inclusion means recognizing that equality and equity are not the same thing. Equality is treating everyone the same. Equity is ensuring each individual gets what they need to succeed. Every person is different. Being equitable means understanding those differences, allocating the right resources, and creating an environment where everyone has an equal opportunity to thrive. When we support our colleagues, we build a stronger, more inclusive workplace for all.
That would be really appreciated. Thank you for being so understanding.
Of course, it's all about making sure you have what you need to do your best work. Let's get these changes in place and see how they help. Once we're confident of what's working for you, we can document a reasonable adjustment plan. To start with, I'll arrange for these adjustments to be implemented and then set a date to meet again and review how they're working. Samira, I'm glad we could work out those initial adjustments a couple of months ago. I wanted to check in with you to review how things have been going and discuss if anything else needs to change or if we need to make any new plans for future adjustments. We know MS can progress in different ways, so I just want to make sure we're prepared as best we can.
Thanks, Lisa. Overall, the adjustments have been really helpful. But I've been doing a lot of research and thinking ahead, and I have a few ideas of changes I might need in the future like you suggested.
Of course, I'm glad you're being proactive about thinking ahead. What are some of the things we should keep in mind as we plan for the future?
As my MS progresses, I think the distance between the allied health officers and the wards may become difficult to navigate due to fatigue and muscle weakness. Some days, when fatigue is worse, walking back and forth can be challenging already. Having the option to use a ward computer rather than walking back straight away would really help. I do also sometimes struggle with focus, and my understanding is that this may get worse as my disease progresses, especially when processing large amounts of new information. If possible, I'd find it helpful to receive new information in writing, rather than verbally where practical, so that I can go back and reread when needed.
That makes a lot of sense. We can absolutely arrange for you to use ward computers when needed. We'll also ensure that we always make use of the printed handover sheets for you, and that any other key updates and instructions are provided in writing whenever possible to support your focus and retention.
Thank you, Lisa. Having these options available will make a huge difference.
Of course, we're here to support you, and we'll keep making adjustments as needed. Is there anything else you think you may need?
The only other thing that I can think of that could help is some physical adjustments once the time comes, such as modifications to my workstation or an ergonomic mouse and keyboard, that kind of thing. I am happy to purchase these items when needed though, as I don't want this to become someone else's responsibility or create an extra expense.
Absolutely, we can arrange for those adjustments when you feel they are required. Just let me know when the time comes. You know, there's also something called Job Access, which is a government service designed specifically for employees with disability. They provide advice and funding for workplace adjustments through the Employment Assistance Fund, which could help cover the cost of any equipment, modifications or services you might need.
Really? That's great to know. What kind of things can they help with?
Well, from what I know, they can fund things like ergonomic chairs, modified desks, or assistive technology. Anything that can help you be comfortable and effective at work. They also provide employees with a free workplace assessment to help work out what changes or equipment would support you best. If you think this would be helpful for you, I can give the workforce team a call to find out what the next steps would be to get this started for you. I want to reassure you that you are a valued member of the team though, and our priority is to support you in doing your job comfortably and effectively. Our goal is to create a work environment that allows you to succeed without unnecessary stress.
Thank you, Lisa. That's incredibly reassuring to hear.
Creating a workplace where all staff can thrive means being proactive, inclusive, and flexible. If you or someone you manage is living with disability, the right adjustments can help maintain productivity and well-being. Job Access and the Employment Assistance Fund are resources available to ensure everyone has the tools they need to succeed.
Hey David, I'm so sorry, but I need to step off the floor for a bit. My blood sugar levels are low, so I need to step away to take care of it. I'm not due to go on break for another 45 minutes though.
No worries, go take care of yourself. I can have the later break today and we can cover you while you're gone. We've finished the medication round now anyway.
It just worries me a bit, I guess. I'm still so new in this job, and I feel like people think I'm not doing my job properly when I have to step off, or that it's my fault if my blood sugar drops. But the thing is, I always do everything I can to manage it. Sometimes I just need to leave a little earlier or grab a snack.
Absolutely. And hey, I get it. I have a hearing impairment, so sometimes I struggle to hear everything in noisy environments. It's not something I can control, and I've had moments where I've had to ask colleagues to repeat things or asked to do things a little differently sometimes. It's part of my reality, but it doesn't make me less of a valuable member of the team and doesn't make me any less of a great nurse.
Thank you, that is so true. It's just hard when you feel like your needs are different from others, you know? Like, people might think I'm being difficult, but it's just how I manage my condition.
I hear you, but the thing is, we're all different, and that's okay. It's about being aware of each other's needs and supporting one another. Everyone has something they need to manage in their work, and it's not always visible. Sometimes it's just about creating the right conditions to do our best.
Disabilities affect everyone differently, but what matters most is the support we provide to one another. Having open conversations and understanding each other's needs creates a supportive work environment.
We hope this film has helped you understand just how crucial it is to create workplaces that support everyone, no matter their disability.
Disability inclusion isn't just about making adjustments, it's about making sure everyone feels valued and supported in their work.
And that support can look different for each person. By listening and working together, we can create an environment where everyone has the opportunity to succeed.
Thanks for watching and for taking the time to learn more about how we can all make workplaces more inclusive, one step at a time.
Let's build a more inclusive workplace together.